Christmas time.
I put live now.
Yeah, we are live now. No, we are live. We are live.
Now?
We're live now. We're live. I'm DLAKE for PREZ. This is a Merry Christmas show. Yes, thank you for joining. I'm DLAKE for PREZ of The Media Speaks, and I'm joined by Sam I.B. Genji, my favorite guy, Sam I.B. Genji of The Correct Views, and also the band Passing Time, Sam I.B. Genji Samuel.
Greetings, unsettled souls. Welcome to the Christmas edition. Don't know how long we're doing on today, but definitely joining everyone for at least a little while. Who else do we got, DLAKE?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're also joined by Nikki Darling of Rock Rage Radio. Nikki.
How's it going? Sad music news today.
Okay, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. And we're also joined by Annmarie. Ann, are you feeling sad today? No, it's not. Yes. You're feeling great.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. But we did have a loss in the rock or pop music community that happened today. It is Christmas.
His last Christmas. Too soon?
The gremlins are out. It is Christmas.
Yeah, last Christmas it was Lemmy.
It's Lemmy's birthday.
That we lost George Michael. Okay, Wham. We love Wham. You know, wake me up before you go. George Michael died. That's today's top news and headline reports. George Michael. Nikki, how do you feel about it?
I'm sad. He was an icon growing up. He had, the fun songs. He did the covers. He did kind of the sexy songs, even after everybody knew he was
a little bit gay. But wake me up before you go.
That was
hanging so low. Something. Yeah. I love that song.
Last Christmas, because this was his.
Yeah, guys, are you familiar with that song? Like, DLAKE can say that song, Last Christmas,
I gave you my
heart, and the very next day.
That's right. That was him. That's right.
Him.
I'd forgotten about it.
He had a Christmas song that was popular. What? Annmarie.
Yes.
How does it go?
Oh, no, I have a horrible voice. It goes, Last Christmas.
Well, you don't have to sing it, but just tell us about it.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. This year, something to tears, and I'll give you something special.
Yeah.
I'll give out my special.
Someone special.
Okay. Yeah.
The funniest thing about George Michael was all the idiots that played his song at their wedding. He used to laugh about this. That they would play I'm Never Gonna Dance like the saddest song ever. Well, I remember I remember once there was 900 number that was on around the late 90s or early 2000s that was using that saxophone line. And it's like, are you looking for love in the middle of the... And they're playing like the saddest song in pop history. I'm like, what producer picked this song?
The same people that play that also play... What was that? I'll Be Watching You or something? That
Sting, yes.
Stalker wedding song.
Sting by the Police, yes.
Things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
DLAKE, I see you've got it up there. Our Scrooge moment. Now, friends, for those that don't know, we got a Jerry Lewis interview here, and this leads into our two guests we have coming onto the show so briefly today. But, DLAKE, can you give us a little bit of the Jerry Lewis / Scrooge interview that happened? For those of you that don't know, the people from a Hollywood Reporter had went to Jerry Lewis's house to do an interview, of which we're assuming he obviously okayed. If you read the article, he complains about where the lights are posted, how long it's taking, doing, and you have never seen a more crabby or mean-spirited man on Christmas than this. And you, friends, You've got it. You just simply friends. You have to see this.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna mute out.
No, not at all. No. We're doing a feature on people who are still working in their 90s. Have you ever thought about retiring?
Why?
Why?
Was there never a moment that you thought it might be time to retire, or you would want?
Why?
You come from a generation a little older, and I think of Bob Hope, George Burns, Sinatra, people you knew, many of whom didn't want to or never retired either. Do you see similarities with them?
None.
None? What do you think drives people like you and them to want to keep working?
Because we do it well.
And how about what's different about performing now for you than say 20 years ago? How is it different for you?
It isn't.
Not at all.
It's not even different. It's the same.
Have you made do you have to make any concessions to being, older in your performing, or how do you keep the material fresh for yourself?
By working at it.
You've had a number of
Thank you. He's like, I just answer the question, and it's like he's like on trial the way he's answering.
So last year,
Anyone that's 90 does.
anyone that's 90 does continuing to work. Does that actually help you get healthier? Does being sort of busy and engaged, do you think that actually helps you get healthier?
No.
Do you think it hurts? Like, do you think?
No.
Real quick, because we want to have commentary. Annmarie, you're watching this, and how do you feel about what you're seeing so far? Annmarie, go ahead with your Tiara.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think that he's asking him too many questions that are like old. Like how it makes him sound like really old. Who wants to sit there?
No, Annmarie, it's done for a special on people working into their 90s. It's done for that special.
I mean,
okay.
that's the premise is people in their 90s still working, so maybe that's why the questions sound like that. But I do hear what Annmarie's saying, that it does sound like, I mean, the guy sounds like a dick because all his questions are like, hey, what's it like?
It gets worse.
Yeah, the questions are like, why are you still alive? You're like 90. Why are you still active?
All the questions are like, why are you still doing this? Why are you still alive?
Yeah, why are you
You're from
sitting up
another
in a chair?
era. Why are you still bothering us with your acting?
Oh,
Yeah,
it gets worse. Wow. It gets worse.
it's
Okay.
insulting. It's really insulting.
It's condescending for real.
He's just looking around.
Yes,
He's feeling the condensation or the
yes, he is.
When you first came here, you performed in Vegas.
1947.
1947.
Tell me what-
He's like, when you were still just a fucking jizz drop in your daddy's eyeballs, like.
what Vegas when you first showed up.
It's not. It's the same.
It's the same.
Exactly the same.
Okay. So Sam, Sam, I think we got the feel for what's going on with Jerry Lewis. I mean, did you want to give us your impression, Sam, and interview your friends?
Well, can you skip ahead about a minute to where he's talking about Dean Martin real quick? Then I'll bring our guests on to the show here.
Okay.
Skip ahead about a minute.
No, it's still the same.
But you must have younger fans who.
Some are younger.
What do you think it is you have that?
I have to be careful because I have the volume cranked on this,
like
but I
how
can't.
you sort of maintained your audience over the years.
You tell them you're playing there and they show up.
And nothing different than that.
No.
You can hear the reporter guy. You can hear the guy asking the questions, struggling with his questions, though, right?
Trying very hard. So anyway, I wanted to let everyone know that I got surprises for everyone. We've got Serenity and DJ Aram going to be on the show right here from Passing Time. They just released, we just released our new show. It's called Krampus Has Arrived. You can find it on youtube.com/passingtime. And here we have DJ Aram with us. DJ Aram with the new song. As opposed to the other songs that you had written, DJ Aram, is this one harder to write or was it easier? What did you think of it?
Just a song.
I see. Well, when you laid down all of your parts, did you find that it was harder to maybe get all the levels that you wanted in the new studio, or was it pretty much easy?
It's the same as it always is.
Could you maybe explain why DJ Aram looks like a little mini me of Sam? Is that your brother?
It's genetics.
I see. Do you have a particular song when you're playing with Passing Time live that you really, really wait to get to?
No.
You guys have been at this for a long time. We've been writing music for years. Do you have any particular moments that stand out for you?
None, absolutely.
All right. Right. DLAKE, I got the DJ Aram. Never mind. Maybe this ain't work. DJ Aram, let's bring in Serenity. I got this.
Gladly.
I got this. Gladly. Well, that. All right. Well. All right. So, Serenity. Serenity, we got the last of the guests here. Serenity, singer of Passing. What would you like to ask the singer of Passing Time, DLAKE?
My question would be, do you ever know? What's it like performing with Sam I Beat Ganji? That's got to be difficult.
Not really.
No.
You played keyboards a little more on the new stuff. Do you approach playing keyboards differently when you're singing?
Not at all.
Annmarie, Nikki, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Serenity in Passing Time?
Fucking difficult interviews here. Go ahead, guys. Well, girls, what do you think? Try to ask her a question. This is ridiculous.
Let's see. How is it being the only female in the group?
No different.
All right, friends, it's a joke. DJ Aram, get in.
Really,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
It's a joke. Check out our new song. It's on youtube.com. Sam for Passing Time. DJ Aram, Serenity. That's my Christmas gift. My parody for you all, friends.
I think the moral of the story is Jerry Lewis is a better fucking interview.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I like your tiara, Annmarie, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we can all wear one. So George Michael dead. Princess Leia still in the hospital, something that we talked about on multiple shows yesterday. First, the show that we did on Christmas Eve yesterday, Annmarie, Nikki, and I. And then Sam and I talked about it a little bit. But Nikki, you were the first one to bring it up yesterday. Princess Leia in the hospital, apparently she's still there, right? I mean,
but Debbie Reynolds, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, said that she's doing well and, not to worry so much. But she's, stable and getting the best care, available.
Debbie Reynolds is Princess Leia's mom?
Really? Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm not really condescending.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was married.
Oh my gosh.
He was married to Eddie Fisher, and Eddie Fisher left Debbie Reynolds for Elizabeth Taylor. They were the Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie of the day.
God, are you serious?
Yes.
Elizabeth Taylor, and that was her. What husband was that guy? The third one?
Oh, like the third. He might have been the third. I don't know. But he was with Debbie Reynolds and left her for Elizabeth Taylor.
7 husbands, didn't she? Or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Well, that's great. I mean, we're all trying to get our records. We're all trying to get our records up, right? Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm only going on my.
Wasn't one remarried, though? Didn't she remarry one?
Richard Burton. I think she married him twice.
Sam, any thoughts on that? And progressing here, You know,
Elizabeth, imagine this. Imagine if this would have happened. We're gonna go in the Christmas what if mobile. Get ready. Give us some sound effects. Be like in there. Imagine if Elizabeth Taylor, who was notoriously hard to live with, had married. Drum roll. Had married Jerry Lewis. Oh my God, that it killed each other.
Since we just watched Jerry at 90 something, and like all these people, I mean, we're talking about like, well, I don't know. What we're talking about here. It's crazy. I mean, George Michael is in his prime. George Michael's in his prime.
53. They said he died.
George Michael, it's a shame. George Michael died out.
Passed away today. How old, Nikki? 53?
53. Peacefully.
What did he die of?
They didn't say.
Young man.
Peacefully in his sleep. Peacefully in his sleep.
It says manager says heart failure, found in bed. I'm just reading the headline. Sold more than 100 million albums. Yes, we know. Career span of decades. Of course, we appreciate that. Suffered a turbulent private life. Okay, well, don't we all? Interview, fame gets stranger over the years, he says. That's a quote. Last song, Where I Hope You Are. And so, I mean, Nikki, how do you feel about it? Go ahead.
I think that's really, really young, considering Jerry
50,
Lewis just
50 is
got
early,
90
right?
years
Yeah,
old.
53 I'm seeing. Yeah.
53. I think that has a lot to do with drug use and risky behavior during your lifetime.
Yeah, I don't know. He shaved his beautiful hair, his golden locks.
Well, he's 53.
You gotta remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to remember, it was the same conversation, unfortunately, we were having a year ago with Lemmy, where he smoked himself in lung cancer. And he was drinking a bottle of Jack a day for like 40 or 50 years, he said. And I mean, when his body, his genetics.
Hey,
his genetics.
One bottle of Jack a day. Come on.
He fought it, and then once the sugar hit, then the cancer hit, then I mean, you could see at the last Wacken festival, he was wiped out. And now we're having the conversation about George Michael. We mentioned it with Vince, and I don't think there's anybody here, at least in my house, that hasn't dabbled in some partying. But when you start getting the crack, the coke, the meth, the heroin, you're in trouble. Hands full.
Unless
you can't. Can you pin all that on him? I mean, did the gay lifestyle have anything to do with it? Well, Rabbi uses national menorah lighting to trash Obama, the UN, and more. A rabbi, he used the national menorah lighting to trash, politics and stuff. Is that fair? Do you think that should happen? Santa Monica synagogue smeared with feces, an attack on Hanukkah. Oh, Hanukkah. My bad.
Wow.
They spelled it the funny way, the CH way.
Oh, the Chanukah.
Yeah, they spelled it Chanukah.
What?
I'm used to seeing it the regular like San Diego Hanukkah way. My bad. Jason Miller backs out of the Trump White House job. He was going to be the communications director. He's got a second baby on the way, and he's backing out of being in Trump's administration. And it's funny because I always get Jason Miller confused with that other guy. The other guy that I thought his name was Jason Miller. I think there's two Jasons or two Jason Millers. I'm not really sure, but deja vu for U.S. troops celebrating Christmas in Iraq again. Oh, great. Wonderful. Apparently there was a Christmas miracle where Copernic, you know who I'm talking about? Copernic? You know what I'm talking about.
The greatly oppressed millionaire. Yes, the greatly oppressed millionaire.
Yeah, he's having a hard time. He likes to take a knee and sit down for the singing of the national anthem. Annmarie, how do you feel about that? Copernic.
Well, he was doing
Kaepernick.
it because Kaepernick. Oh, well, he was doing it because he was supporting Black Lives Matter, and
They finally won a game, so he's happy.
I think that a silent protest.
Who was that? Is there a 49ers fan in the house somewhere who was just cheering for that?
For what?
I just heard someone cheering for that.
Oh, It could be kids in the background playing video games.
Oh, kids in the background. It sounded like someone was really happy that the 49ers.
I like the 49ers prior to Kaepernick.
No, the Browns won yesterday, though. Cavs won tonight.
The Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
It's the first game they've won all year.
The kids in your house are happy about that. They thought
they're happy about their game on TV. They don't care about sports.
There's a game happening right now. Yeah, I'm sure there is. It's Christmas. Everyone loves to watch theirs. And Christmas happened on Sunday this year, so everyone's watching the game, right?
Cavs are over. They won. Browns were yesterday. They won.
That's why we have no viewers.
It's funny. Did you see in the news that the Pro Bowl, they're actually gonna have dodgeball now? Like they're gonna have these players play dodgeball.
I sew one in. I'm much harder to hit than you think I would. Trampolining dodgeball.
I love trampolining. I love that.
Dodgeball, trampolining, and poker. Shoot, let's have it all.
Fencing. All right, poker or fencing.
This is a real thing? Wait.
Like, you gotta find this. It's so funny.
No,
they're gonna feature dodgeball.
I don't want to get this video banned because this is a good one so far.
Oh, no.
But just
It's
let me read the title. Pro Bowl to feature dodgeball. The NFL announced that an epic Pro Bowl dodgeball game will be AM or I don't know, but this is coming.
Yeah, it's like it's
or something.
Well, the whole problem with the Pro Bowl is that nobody really wants to play in it because you could get injured. I mean, it really doesn't count for anything. So they have to do something, to make it interesting, I guess, for the viewers or, but it just reminds me of
the advertisers. The advertisers.
Yes. That's where all the money is.
Yeah.
Shoot,
would you pay to watch a bunch of Pro Bowlers doing dodgeball? Then
oh my God! So there's gonna be these epic arms, like quarterbacks and stuff, like totally beaming a dodgeball at somebody, and who has to get out of the way, like a wide receiver or somebody that's all good at getting out of the way and stuff. I mean, what is this?
All I've got to say is this: once again, the kicker is at a distinct disadvantage. Every time he gets hit by a ball, it's gonna hit like a cannon.
Unless there's any kicking involved, the kicker, could be screwed. He's going to be hiding his balls like Ace Ventura.
Right?
Pretending he's a girl.
Someone will get in trouble for overinflating the dodgeball. Someone will
overinflating. It's gonna be Deflate Gate all over again.
Oh gosh. Well, Puppy Chow could get involved, Purina, and they could have the puppy dodgeball bowl, and they could get the Victoria's Secret models doing dodgeball. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm thinking about dodgeball, but you remember Butts Up? Did you ever play that?
No.
I mean, dodgeball is fun, but you never played Butts Up?
No, what is that?
You gotta throw the ball
that sounds
the wall and then try to catch it before it hits. No, but if you miss three, you gotta go up to the wall, and we all get to throw. You have to bend over, and we all get to try to throw a ball at your butt.
Why do boys have fascinations with each other's butts?
It's an old game. This little boy when it was invented. I mean, I didn't invent it.
I know. Why are men?
I don't know.
Usually guys always wanted to hit people in the head with the dodgeball, but you always got yelled at for it.
But seriously, guys, support DLAKE on this one. Butts Up. You all played it. You know what I'm talking about. These girls, they don't know what we're talking about. Support me on this. Butts Up. You never played it, Sam?
I'm losing you, DLAKE. I'd love to help you, though.
Smear the Queer.
I play what?
Smear the Queer.
Oh, yes. Well, one person gets the football, and then everybody attacks him, yes.
See, nowadays,
you're not allowed
correct to call it that.
You're not there allowed to name a game like now anymore, no.
Sack the Jack.
I remember that.
Change the name.
It was the only time you played football and you had the ball and you were miserable. You're like, I'm gonna die.
It was just a game where you throw the ball up, whoever catches the ball, everyone tries to tackle that one person. So you don't want to be the one with the ball in that game. I don't know. Girls didn't play that. They played other stuff. I mean, But did you girls grow up watching? What did you watch? Did you watch Dukes of Hazzard and did you wear Daisy Dukes? That's the question. Go ahead.
Oh, are you okay?
No,
Dukes of Hazzard. I watched Dukes of Hazzard.
When you were what was Christmas like when you were growing up, Annmarie, in New York? When you were growing up in New York, what was Christmas like? It's the Christmas special. Let's hear about it.
I mean,
Yes.
big family get together, lots and lots and lots of food, starting with Christmas Eve dinner. I was talking about that the other day. The Feast of the Seven Fishes. It was all fish. And then the next day we had everything. I don't know if you want me to repeat it all, but it was a lot of food, a lot of courses, and just being with your family.
What about the stuff that's famous in New York City, like any of the tree lighting and all that other stuff, the Christmas in New York type stuff? Did you ever?
That's cool. Yeah, Rockefeller Center. Seeing the Christmas tree. If anyone ever goes to New York, it's another great building is 30 Rock. You could go right up there and you see everything.
Isn't that like a show?
That's a great view.
Isn't that a show? 30
Yeah,
Rock?
that was a show.
What does that mean?
Was a show.
That's a place in New York that people should be aware of.
Yeah, like instead of waiting on a huge line to see like the Empire State Building.
There was a show called Third Rock, but that was like Third Rock as in
The Chrysler Building is pretty amazing as well.
Rock from the sun. But there was another show, 30 Rock.
30 Rock, yeah. That's where they tape NBC, like shows, or they used to tape they taped like the Today Show, Conan. I saw Conan when I was like 19. He actually pulled me out of the audience. And it was Anna Nicole Smith's show. And I went with my brother. It was before the show.
Can we find that on YouTube?
It was no, it was before the show. It was before the show. But it was really cool.
Nikki, were you ever on anything like that, like Conan O'Brien or like late night talk shows or anything like that before the internet that like we can't find it anymore, but it happened? Nikki, growing up, I don't know if Nikki's still there. Annmarie, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was like they had like some guy come out.
Did you ever think that maybe you wanted to be like a Rockette girl? Anything like that?
Oh my God. Well, I'm really short. I mean, like I'm 5'2.5". I always wanted to like be
short.
like. I never took dancing lessons or anything. I'm not really coordinated. I would love to dance and sing, but I can't.
But how do you balance that tiara on your head so magnificently? I thought it looks like you're very coordinated.
Thank you.
Nikki. I hope that's not my fault. Sam, IB2Ganji, are you having a good Christmas out there? And Sam, did you ever think about being part of the Rockettes? Maybe you're too short too. I don't know. What about your brother? He's right there.
I have definitely thought about being a Rockette. I've almost been accepted.
Did you and DJ Aram ever think about synchronized swimming or anything like that? I mean,
oddly enough, when he was like 4 or 5 years old, I used to lay on my back and he would stand on my feet and I'd like flipping. And sometimes he would land on his feet. And other times he'd land on something fun, different. But I'll tell you the funniest story growing up that we ever had. In our house, the stairs where I grew up came down and overlooked the couch. And there was a Christmas tree in the corner. You could climb the steps and throw a little kid from the steps all the way down to the first floor and land on the couch. And I must have done this to him 30 times. One day I threw him, he bounced the couch just right, couch flipped him over, and he landed face first down on the hardwood floor. Oh, that was I remember at the time because the Christmas tree had been in the corner that I was throwing him over, and I wanted to make sure he cleared the tree. Yeah, he bounced like a handball. It was talk about he didn't get on video.
Okay. Sam, before I close this, we still have a little bit left of this Jerry Lewis. Should I play just a little bit more just for people? No, Annmarie's saying no.
Please do. Please do. It's so funny.
I'm afraid this video will never make air.
No, I saw that. Sam saying please do. I was just gonna play a little bit more. I mean, I don't want to get this video banned, but
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I have to crank up the volume because he's talked so low.
But if I'm not looking at the material, can you give me like a sense of like how it worked for you?
It was terrific.
How about
Annmarie, go to mute. Annmarie, go to mute. Go to mute. Because I have to turn the volume up so loud just to hear this. But we want to hear a little bit.
Get a day job.
Get a day job. I don't even know what he's talking about. Get a day job. Okay, let's try to listen for a minute.
A performer your whole life, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just did a movie a couple years ago. It just is coming out. Max Rose. What was it like to step behind?
What movie?
You just did a movie like a couple years ago. What movie? Like, I have to tell you.
No, D-Lake. D-Lake. It's funnier than that. The guy does say the name of the movie, but Jerry Lewis acts as though he didn't, but he did. Listen.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered it.
I'm glad you remembered it.
What was it like performing again after not having done it for?
Now keep in mind, Sam wanted me to play some of this video of Jerry Lewis, and I saw it on the internet, and Rushbo or a couple other people said this video, and like it was on the Drudge, and it was like this video is like awkward and weird, and you got to see it. And they interviewed people in their 90s, and Jerry Lewis was just like the feistiest, weirdest old motherfucker, and you got to see it. So like, this is actually my first time watching it, so I'm kind of intrigued. That's why I keep going back to it. But here we go.
For more than a decade.
It's great.
Like, is it like riding a horse? You never forget. What was it?
You never forget.
You never forget how to make movies? Oh, how hard could that fucking be? Jesus. Hey, was it hard standing in front of a camera again? No, I'm Jerry Lewis, bitch. What are you talking about?
Not at all.
Not at all, baby. Come on, I'm Jerry Lewis. Dude.
Absolutely.
You know me. You know my
now.
name. You came here to interview me.
You
like my Ronald McDonald sweater?
And are you also? I think I read you're also.
Yes, I could go work at McDonald's right now today and flip French fries and burgers and what?
Is it easier now to
it's easy.
No,
dude.
just as hard.
Just as hard. No, it's super easy, bitch. I'm Jerry Lewis. Dude, he wants to karate chop this fucking news reporter in the neck. Yeah.
The mechanics of it. Do you actually you write by hand, or do you type it? How do you do it?
Oh yeah, he said he never had a computer.
No, listen. No, he says he has.
Okay, I'm gonna play it, Sam. Here we go.
Well, you're on tour now. What else do you have planned for this year, 90th year?
Yeah, I'm 90. What?
Do you have anything else planned?
Yeah. But
yeah, I'll kick you. Still kick you in your ass, bitch.
Listen.
So you work with a lot of people over the years. What have a favorite story about like you or Frank Sinatra or somebody?
Oh, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra.
You work with.
You have a favorite story? Oh, I gotta hear this, Sam. Is
no.
This what you're talking about?
Not at all.
None.
How about you have an unfavorite story?
Nope. Not for this. No. All right, clean it out of here.
Oh, you want?
He's like the crabbiest old man who's ever lived. It's so funny.
They were trying to give him. They were trying to get him to give him a scoop there at the end, right? They wanted to hear some dirt about like Dean Martin and some other people.
No,
but he wouldn't.
No. The guy doesn't ask anything inappropriate at all. He says, "Do you have a favorite story from back when you were making movies?"
Anything inappropriate.
No.
Maybe he didn't ask. Maybe he didn't ask anything inappropriate. But Sam, the way he was asking it, dude, that guy, I wanted to just wring his neck. I'm picturing myself like an old man. I wanted to jump out of my 90-year-old seat and strangle that fucking news reporter guy and just be like.
See, I didn't get that from it.
if you look at the other people in the series, they're all friendly and laughing and having fun. Jerry Lewis is the lone one.
Jerry Lewis wasn't having fun, and I put myself in his shoes.
Never.
And I
Well,
wasn't
no,
having,
but I do know. I do know that that's why.
I was
You
making
remember
fun.
that's why him and Dean Martin didn't work together anymore too. Dean Martin said he was absolutely impossible to work with. Costello and Abbott and Costello was unbelievably impossible
I
to
don't
work
know,
with.
maybe did we talk about it too much already? But Annmarie, you heard how I felt. I was on Jerry Lewis's side. Like I wanted to strangle that young reporter guy. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, his questions were just
The way he was
asked
asking him everything.
Yeah, it sounded like he had no empathy for him, for Jerry Lewis. I mean, he's 90 years old. He didn't treat him like a legend. He wasn't like even.
He didn't treat him like somebody that knew his story either. I mean, he sounded like someone that read about Jerry Lewis on the internet that morning, right?
Right, and he sounded like kind of like, why did you get out of bed this morning? You're 90 years old. Why are you still working?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a reason. Like, look at.
Fuck that. I wanted to.
I mean, like they don't ask. Yeah, like they don't ask Betty White that. Like, why do you still work? I mean, it gives them something to do. What is it?
Hey, Betty White, why did you wake up?
But that was the point. It was supposed to. What's it like working at 90 compared to how it was when you worked in the past? And if you look at the ways they had at the end of that, everybody there was like having a blast, but not Jerry. He was like the grumpy one. It was kind of like somebody asking us why we do politics. It doesn't mean that they don't think we should. They're just asking what motivates us. And he just got reamed.
It was a little insulting. I don't know.
We had a good show. I love the tiara.
Oh, thank you.
Did he pass out? No. Oh, it's ISIS. I don't see his head. Oh, there it is. Okay, I thought the worst.
Well,
I thought you got beheaded.
Yeah, no, I was on mute there. I was like, hey, you want to be on the show? He's like, nah, it's cool. I'm good. Merry Christmas, everyone. We are doing a Christmas show. Nikki dropped out. Maybe she had to go, be with the kids and stuff, which is understandable. And Annmarie, how did your Christmas go with your son and his Christmas gifts that you kind of showed off, like what his gifts were going to be yesterday on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. And you kind of showed it off with some cool stuff that I was really excited about. And I felt bad because I'm like, I know who Sandy is. I know who Gary is. I should have got those. But so how did he like them?
Loved it. He absolutely loved it.
Absolutely loved it. Now, one of those, you have to break it to him that look, we got you all these gifts, but one of them you're going to have to put in a glass cage and preserve for 30 years so that you don't play with it and it'll be worth a shit ton. Trust us. You have to, one of these has to go to your collectibles. It's like putting money into a savings bond. It will mature in 7 years and be worth 10 times as much. One of these toys, if you just take one of these toys, put it in a glass enclosure, put it underground for 30 years, don't play with it, it's going to be worth 10 times what it is now with inflation. Sam, I don't know how you feel about that, but Annmarie, dude, you got to
DLAKE is not clowning around.
Just glass enclosure, one of those. Just Squidward, okay? Just Squidward. No, he's not going to be. Gary will be worth more, but just Gary, okay? The rest of them he can play with.
Well, they're worth a lot of money right now on Amazon. They're ridiculous. They're I said when I first saw it.
Worth 20 years if you just put in a glass enclosure now and don't play shit out of it. Look, I mean, if he sleeps with it and gets all kinds of dirt on it and stuff, it's not going to be worth as much. Sam, I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know if what I'm saying is correct, but how do you feel about it, Sam? Go ahead. Do you wish that you got at Clayton's age when you were a kid, wish that you still had one of those on a glass enclosure to cash in on eBay today?
Oh, is that a
I have a couple of them. That is really, really old.
All right.
That is a Laurel and Hardy glass. Do you like?
I thought we were cheersing. What is that? Let me see that again. What is it?
He said it was Laurel and Hardy glass. So Laurel
Oh,
and
a
Hardy
Laurel
glass.
and Hardy glass.
Really old.
Did you get that at
The
Pizza Hut?
store probably wouldn't be around today.
A museum? Where did you get that?
Oh, I don't know. My parents had it probably before I was born. It's probably within about.
I can probably go and look at Laurel and Hardy glass cups on eBay right now. It's going to be worth a fortune.
Probably. I've got Alien toys. Some of them are still in packages. I've got Star Wars action figures I can show you that are in packages.
No packages.
So, but wait, D-Lake, I got one of the originals. You'll appreciate this. I have a display shelf in my house.
Holy crap.
Oh,
That's
yeah, oh yeah.
Speeder. Oh, Lando Calrissian. Oh, that's amazing.
You'll have to see the display in my house sometime, D-Lake. I could try to show it to you now, but I don't know how well you'd be able to see it. Then I'm going to jump off here and open up my wife's Christmas presents and see which one of them I want to keep.
And throw the rest of them in the garbage or what?
I was thinking probably that or just give them to the neighbor kids. It is that season.
Doesn't make any sense, dude. That's silly.
Yeah.
But it's been a great show. Yeah, we've been having a lot of great fun and a good time. But like, did we cover news before we go, Sam? I mean, what else is there? I mean, seriously.
Look at that wall of collectibles right there. Oh, yeah. The wall of collectibles.
Did you hear that there's fear that Queen Elizabeth, she misses Christmas and there's fear? There's fear for Queen Elizabeth as she misses Christmas. First time in 30 years she missed the Christmas. How could the Queen miss? I'm going to put my tiara on. How could the Queen?
The gold crown. There's a gold crown. You should put on the crown.
How could the Queen miss the Christmas, Annmarie? The Queen missed Christmas this year? Should we click into this? You know what I'm talking about?
Did she get sick? I mean, she's old. Did she get sick? What happened?
Queen Elizabeth
Maybe she's letting
misses
Charles.
Christmas service due to illness. Yes, she was ill. A bad cold kept her from attending the traditional Christmas morning church service near her estate in Norfolk, England, and it raised some concerns about her health.
There's the woman through Australia. Pretty much funds the entire uranium mining for the entire world. The amount of cancers and unneeded diseases that this woman has brought upon the world. Everything that Johnny Rotten said about her and the Sex Pistols was true. She has as much to do with Christmas as Adolf Hitler. She is a terrible person. I don't think she'll be missed. Terrible person.
Terrible.
Oh, did you see in the news that the Sex Pistols manager, I think it's like Vivienne Westwood's son or something like that. I don't remember, but it was like the manager's son. They got like a barge and they burned all the Sex Pistols memorabilia. It was $5 million worth of memorabilia, and they burnt it all. And they had effigies on it.
Oh, I could see them doing that because a lot of that came from the problem that stemmed from Malcolm McLaren. And he was their manager, and Malcolm McLaren was saying that he created the entire image of the Pistols, which didn't really make any sense to me at all, since, I mean, it's very obvious that Johnny Rotten is sort of a one-of-a-kind.
And they could have sold that and, like, got the money and gave it to charity or something. I mean, why just burn it? They could have given that money. Someone would have bought that memorabilia. They could have helped people. Like, give that to poor people. $5 million.
Right, a lot of people claim the whole punk aesthetic, but they really are one of those bands that don't want to be remembered for anything but their message. They're famous for throwing members out that have filled in because they have played too well. They're an interesting lot, the Sex Pistols, especially considering, like, if you look, Johnny Rotten is a cross between a real jerk and the nicest person ever. Like, I remember, I always thought that Jimmy Savile was unbelievably funny. And it was years ago, back in the 80s or so, and they asked him who he'd like to kill. And he says, I'd like to kill Jimmy Savile. And at the time, that was like saying, you know, I'd like to kill Mother Teresa. It was the nicest person in England. And I remember for years, he was almost banned from the BBC over that. Lo and behold, Jimmy Savile is probably the most prolific child molester in the history of the world. And he was completely right. So the Sex Pistols, I mean, they are definitely leftists. They're definitely communists. But the other side of them, the structure of society side, makes a lot of sense. But I'm going to foot off here and kill out the rest of Christmas here with everyone. Okay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah. I did want to say before we jump out that hopefully everyone is having, if not a wonderful Christmas, then at least remembering the real meaning of what it is. And it doesn't have a lot to do with Christmases and ho-ho-hos. Merry Christmas to everyone, including my Islamic friend Deba, who sent me a Merry Christmas. That was awesome.
Like
two different. I think that that's the kind of unity at the end of the day that Christmas is supposed to be about, whether or not you believe in the birth of the Savior or not, of which I do. And good night, everyone. God bless. Have a wonderful Christmas. See you, DLAKE. See you, Annmarie.
All right, Sam. Thanks for being on. Great. Awesome.
Make
everyone
sure
check
you download our song on Passing Time. Krampus has arrived.
Awesome. I don't know what the hell that means, but great. Everyone check out Sam, and be sure to check out his show on The Correct Views on YouTube. Sam Ibidiganji, his band Passing Time, the Krampus or whatever the hell he was talking about. Annmarie, before you go and before we wrap it up, there was just one more story. I mean, I just clicked to this, and it's talking about Staten Island, and I mean, I thought you knew about that.
Oh, what is that? What happened?
It says an armed robbery on Staten Island was streamed live on Facebook because the suspect wanted to be seen on camera during the crime. Annmarie, I mean, I know this isn't, I mean, that's where you're from. You're like, why are you bringing up a crime story and stuff? But I mean, I don't know. I see Staten Island and I think of you. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really great. I mean, I just went there a couple of weeks ago. I mean, unfortunately for a funeral, but it's, you know, it's really a great place, you know.
I mean, is that like basically around the area that you grew up and stuff?
What area did this happen in? Did it say?
Well, okay. Well, I don't know exactly, but let's take a look. It says an armed robbery on Staten Island was streamed live on Facebook because the suspect wanted to be seen on camera during the crime. Abdul, a.k.a. Aziz, usually has fun with his customers at his Jersey Street deli. Are you familiar with Jersey Street?
Yeah, Jersey Street. That's like by the ferry. That's not a very good area. That's by the ferry.
Kind of a rough area. Kind of okay. So Jersey Street deli on Staten Island. But when the 30-year-old Rasheem Harrison walked in Wednesday. Wait, isn't that Dwayne Wayne? No. So he walked in and pulled a huge knife. That's no knife. This is a knife. The fun stopped. And Brian Conabier reported from CBS, he could do something dangerous, so I was nervous. At the same time, I was in fear for my life. Aziz, the store manager said, Aziz is a local celebrity of sorts, known as A.K. Isaac on Facebook with thousands of followers. He often posts live videos from his phone. And Harrison, who's been in the store before, made a bizarre demand. He threatened he was going to kill me if I didn't put him on Facebook. He said, yo, Aziz, I come in here all the time, but this time I'll fucking kill you Aziz, if you don't put me on the Facebook on a live stream. So he streamed the armed robbery as it was happening using Facebook Live. Harrison ranted about wanting to find someone, grabbed an ice cream cone, and refused to pay for it. I'm going to eat it whether you like it or not, right or wrong. And you can take
This is a joke.
how you want to cause. But at the end of the day, I don't know, dude. I mean, like, maybe
So
it's something.
he should have just like went on YouTube and made a YouTube video. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's just doing this to be on TV. He stole an ice cream cone on purpose because he knows this guy has a
It sounds like
live
Aziz. It sounds like Aziz wasn't afraid. Despite all that, the 20-year-old Yemeni immigrant said he wasn't afraid. And he said, I'm not letting none of these wannabe thugs, wannabe hustlers ruin my life or stop me from making my money to feed my family. And I know God is with me. Who said that? The motherfucking thug or the motherfucking cashier? Anyways, Harrison faces multiple charges now, including armed robbery, menacing, and weapons possession. The streaming video is now evidence. Oh yeah. So basically he said, film me robbing the place. And you know what's so, I thought I was on screen share that whole time. But you know what's funny is like, I saw like a week ago, a police chief, because some other guy was like, yeah, film me doing this on Facebook. And the police chief was like, yeah, we wish all criminals would film their shit live on Facebook because it'll be much easier to catch the stupid sons of bitches when they film it and their faces on there and everything is like on there. They're like, yeah, if you could just film all the evidence every time you commit a crime, that'd be great. That would really help us out as the police. Anyways, Annmarie, I've had a great time today. I'm so glad you joined me and everyone else did, and we had such a good show. I mean, Annmarie, how did you feel about it? Do you think we had fun and it was a good time?
Oh, of course. Every time we get together, it's fun. I enjoy it. And Merry Christmas. And this was fun.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you too. Awesome. I mean, if I got you anything, it was doing fun videos this weekend, right? I mean, sorry, it's the best I could do.
Oh yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I'm glad we did this.
Well, you didn't send me your address. We'll send you a Electra car.
Ooh, I don't have my red shirt on. I'll have to go get it.
It's only this big. You won't really be able to drive around in it, but it's die cast. So it is die cast metal. So it could be worth a lot in the future. We'll have to wait and see. It can make a bullet. But anyways, everyone, thank you for joining us. All of us, Sam and Nikki and Annmarie and I today on today's show. It was great to have you here and be part of the virtual magic that happened today on this Christmas. And like, you never know. I mean, it could be another, I'm kind of like Bill Murray. Like, you never know when like some shit's going to, or like if tomorrow ends up being the exact same as today, you just never know. Or ghosts bust in, but I ain't taking shit from no ghosts. And who are you going to call? DLAKE, Annmarie.
Ghostbusters.
The media speaks. So thanks again. And pour juice on your chin.